Okay, so we have your concrete here. We have this underlinement here we're gonna use, and I'm gonna show you how to do everything step by step. Now you don't have to use the underlinement, but I recommend it for warmth and the softness of your boards and the squeaking. This is the underlinement we're using, but you can pick your own. They're pretty cheap. Pause the video anytime you like, and but you can find all kinds of stuff at Menards and Lowe's. Here are some examples here online at Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, Amazon even. It's for noise and sound and smoothness and softness and warmth. So this is the tile we're using, or vinyl we're using. Okay, this is premium stuff. It's hardcore. It's soft on the bottom for squeaking, noise, and warmth here. You see this? It's a squishy type of soft, foamy, not too soft. So I'm going to show you step by step. Here we go. The first thing you want to do, basically, you don't have to do this. You want to pick your board, choose the boards you use. You don't want them to match. One thing you don't want to do is you see these two patterns here? You don't want it to match, okay? Because you're going to ruin your floor. Okay, so you want to kind of do this. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Here we go. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. You see these patterns here? They're all different. This is the new style. Okay, you don't want to match them. You want to kind of separate them. You want to make them look different. Separate them. Don't match them, basically. Okay, and remember your cuts. Do not just make a straight line all the way up and down your room. You want to separate them. You want to move them up and down, and I'll show you how to do it. It's real easy. Okay, so you want to keep those kind of apart right there. See that? And that's easy to do. I'll show you. All you got to do is cut one end and use the one from that end and move it to this end. I'll show you how that's done. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay this underlinement. Yeah, it's pretty for the foamy stuff, right? It keeps your house warm, especially if you have concrete floors. It's a basement, and you're living in the Midwest someplace where it's really cold. I'm going real fast because I don't want to waste your time. Here we go. So you just lay it down. It's pretty simple. Okay, you want to overlap it a little. It doesn't have to match. You don't have to use glue or anything. Don't worry, it's going to stick perfectly. Fine, promise you. Here we go. All right, so what we're doing now, and it's got this little tape here, so you don't have to use your tape, but you can, and you can use glue, some sort of adhesive. Here we go. This is what it's starting to look like. Looking pretty good, right? Pretty basic. You lay it down, you rip the tape up. All right, so now we're installing our boards. Real easy. Our vinyl boards. Here we go. They should snap right into one another. Okay, I'll show you how this is done. You just lay one next to another. Make sure the patterns are different, right? Okay, this is the trick is to flip your board upside down and mark it. Not flip it over, flip it upside down. Okay, and mark it, right? And then you're gonna use the leftover piece and you're gonna place it on this end. Okay, because you don't want a straight line running up or down your floor. Right? Here we go. I'm gonna show you. Show you how this is done, right? Line it up. You mark it, boom. Put an X, and use the X piece on that side, the opposite side. It should fit right in perfectly. And you're just gonna cut it. Get your saw, cut it. Real easy. This is real easy. Boom. You see that? Right? And then all you gotta do is just lay it down. You don't need no adhesive, no glue or nothing, right? It's gonna be perfect. I guarantee. I'll show you how this is done all the way down. Boom. You just lay it down like this. And it doesn't have to be flush here because we're gonna have our trim board running down all the way around. So boom, and you're done. And then you use your leftover piece. This is your leftover piece right here on this end. Boom, fits perfectly, right? Remember this drain. This is a basement. We got this drain thing. So you don't have to do this. You can cover it up, but we're choosing to cut it out. This is how we're doing that. And you can cover this part up with your board, but then when you need access to it, you're gonna have to rip your floor out. So it's up to you how you want to do this. We're choosing to cut this thing out, and we're gonna put a piece on top. I'll show you. Boom. That's what it looks like. Remember, make sure the floor is clean. You lay this end, connect this end first. Right? Here we go. We're just gonna keep running all the way down. As you can see, sometimes your pieces are gonna be different. You don't want to have the same pattern. Remember, keep your patterns different, your cuts different too. Right? Here we go. You just connect it like this. And you can lightly tap it if you have to kind of keep everything tight. Sometimes it won't wanna click in. But you should hear a click. First do this end, make sure it's flush here, right? And then you kind of tip it and push in and then push down. That's it. You'll get it. You'll hear this little click and you got it. Sometimes you're gonna have to tap it a little bit too. So that's it. It's pretty easy, I promise you. You can do this. You can do this. Click this end, tip it a little. You see how I'm doing this? Tip it, right? And then push it down. Boom, and you'll hear a click. You're done. Make some cuts if you have to. You're gonna have to do a few cuts. Now, there's some complicated areas by the door and the wall that you're gonna have to work around. You see this? I'm sure you can do this. Just measure it out and cut it. Like I said, we're gonna have our trim down there. See how I got it under right here? We got it under our trim, our door here. Boom, perfect. We're gonna have a trim running, so you're not even gonna see that. And then just keep going. Keep going. Don't let anything stop you, right? Click it. Boom. This is what it looks like. We're almost done. Took us about 4 hours to lay this floor because you know, some cuts. All right, so yeah, this is what we're doing now. Now we're gonna have to do this end piece. So we cut it in half, right? All you gotta do is splice it in half here. Unfortunately, you have to use the whole piece for this. You can pause the video here. You don't have to do this, but we got it flush with our carpet here. Wasn't easy, but we got it done. And then we're gonna do the bathroom next. See that? Boom. That's looking good. The end piece, you're gonna have to kind of work it and wiggle it in there. It's not gonna be too difficult. You just kind of have to push it in there. Make sure it's nice. There's no gaps and stuff. If you have a gap, just kind of work it, push it gently, tap it. And this is the final cut. Look at it. Looks beautiful. Pause the video. We're gonna have trim running around this. So it's gonna look really nice.